here. So, this is my playthrough of Middle Earth Shadow War. This is going to be kind of a short recording, so this is the last fortress that I've conquered in Gorgoroth. It's the last one that I've actually conquered before I actually play through the rest of the story mode and try to retake the last Bastion fortress over here, which is renamed Minas Morgul after Ring Race took over the fortress of Minas Ithil. So other than that, I've had a lot of fun playing fight and kill all these different orcs, all these different war chiefs. Actually, a lot of fun. Some of them actually seem to be fairly high level. Some of them aren't. I try and go after the more higher level ones. They actually stronger than most of them.
The Caragor comes! His weapon!
I've actually watched several YouTube sort of playthrough videos of people, or different YouTubers, I should say, playing through Middle Earth Shadow War, and they actually call them treasure wars. So you kill them and they drop like gems, health gems. Some of them are life gems, which actually help you put them onto your weapons or pieces of armor, steal health by killing orcs, and so you regain health even during battle or during combat. Other times they actually tend to drop money. So if I go into the main menu and then scroll down to say Garrison, then I get to look at how much money I've actually accumulated during my gameplay, even though I've spent a good majority of it upgrading lots of things, upgrading a lot of my fortresses. So I've managed to recoup a lot of my spent money, so I have almost a solid 12 grand again. So yeah, that's only been
Once, a fool questioned my devotion to Mordor. I challenged him to a race up to the rim of Mount Doom.
maybe like
We ran.
solid
I
week
took
of
my time, but he did not.
and try to get
Beat
through
me to the
a
rim.
lot of the
He stood there, triumphant but exhausted.
Shadow of War.
It was
and I
a simple
know
matter
that,
to push him
well,
over the edge.
dudes
No one questioned my devotion again.
up on my YouTube. A lot of you are probably gonna start talking in the comments and sort of kick me in the butt by telling me that I should have played Shadow of War first before playing Shadow of War, because Shadow of War is pretty much I hilariously and unfortunately learned that Shadow of War is actually the continuation of the story after Shadow of Mordor. But I mean, I'm having fun playing through Shadow of War either way, and I don't go anywhere without my huge sidekicks or followers. So this guy, if I go back, he's actually an epic fiery feral tracker, and his name is Urbanu Slayer. And I've actually gotten him competing in the warrior pits. So he's now level 49. A lot of my orcs are close to hitting level 49. My Dark Berserker over here, he's 49, because I've got him battling through the pits. 45. So these two, even though they're purple, but I mean they're legendaries. So in this fort alone, I have 2 legendaries. I have 2 legendaries, and I have one. Oh no, actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 legendaries, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 epics. So I've actually had to do like a shit ton of grinding and a fair bit of work just to find these epics and legendaries. So this has really been, even though it's fun, it does take up.
Zugor is mine.
Thought you'd draw me out of hiding, did you? Ask yourself this, Grey Walker. Am I following your plan? Or are you following mine? Ranger! You're good. Good enough to give me a momentary diversion, anyway. Not good enough to survive it, though.
I am with you.
You'll be a sieve when I'm done.
I just...
Nicely clears out a lot of
I dare you!
A lot of this stealth action is actually also extremely fun, because you get to play as Italian, who
friend.
The outsider is here!
I'll burn you alive! I never!
Ghost spirit is how this sort of these sort of game mechanics in this gameplay, it's actually
I'll kill you!
very interesting because this also reminds me of Assassin's Creed. It's actually very similar and very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed. There's a lot of jumping off high ledges,
You're born in the sea.
you're dead.
Watch this!
Your work is not finished, Bright Lord.
Yeah, that's Ghost in this.
Will I get to finish you off?
Another one?
Or will another one of your little toadies come and stick me?
Oh, it's you.
Either one could be fun! Feel it! Rip and rend!
How he rages!
Nice!
Bits of gear.
It's going for legs.
Money, and I can go into my inventory and we can look at my gear. So I'm using this Numenorian sword and it's actually a level 46 rare. Only gives me 81 melee attack. But I have other ones like these level 40s, this level 47 one, which gives me 84 increased melee attack. And each of these actually comes with an individual challenge, which you can actually try to go through the game to complete them. Kind of like I'm trying to do with my current Numenorian sword. So this one has execute an enemy. So I forget if that's from like, if that's from range, if that's from a long distance, like if I'm up on like a sniping tower, if I have to execute an orc from an extremely huge height. And then there's one where you can execute frozen enemies, kill a captain who's armed with a poison weapon, kill a poisoned enemy, and then this one doesn't have anything else except for completing the challenge for getting 10 crit hits on an enemy. And then this one, you can just upgrade it to find out what the first main challenge for it is, and then the one you can unlock below that, which is 34 health recovery on an execution. And the one on my current sword is 35 health recovery on an execution. And then there's these ones, which you can pick up like legendary bits of gear. they also have their individual challenges as well. So this one is a level 60 upgrade challenge, where it says recruit an orc from the machine tribe that is level 55 or higher. And then each of my glaive attacks creates an explosion. And the one below that, you get 35 health recovery on a crit. And then you can also see which orc captain you've actually been able to collect these legendary bits of gear from. And they also come with a fairly interesting set bonus as well. Get 3 stealth kills on an enemy while mounted on Caragor. That's for a hood. And these are different rings. This is a level 43 one. Gives me 173 max focus, but I mean it's just a common regular ring. Yeah, these are all the sort of gear slots that you can have for a lot of your upgraded gear, and as well you can run around and up and find a lot of the different gems. So these are wealth gems, these are the life gems, and these are the warrior gems, which you can refine all the way up to a perfect warrior gem. So you get a max of 30% increased damage with this weapon. And then on a piece of armor, you get up to a maximum of 30% increased damage with all attacks. And then for runes, gives you 30% increased follower damage as well. So these gems, if you actually run around the map enough to kill orcs and have them drop these gems, then they can be extremely useful for those were actually the 2 archer orcs that I was actually wanting to take out at the same time. Ah, that was pretty handy, like that. So once you actually conquer all the different fortresses around Mordor, then you can pick and choose which of your orcs you can have as your main war chief, and then you can have these guys at the bottom rung, which are going to protect your main war chief, and then these guys are going to be your lower sort of totem pole war chiefs, and then you can pick some of your other orc followers to then reinforce and protect your war chiefs should your fortresses ever get assaulted by other players or the Mordor enemies in game. So it's always also really handy to go into your siege upgrades and make sure that your assault force level is actually up to snuff, as well as your defense. But for now, I've got like my two legendaries and my 1 epic defending, and then I've got all of my upgrades that I want for my forts. So we've got metal walls, we've got iron gates. Because I mean, you can choose other things other than only having having iron gates, you can go with rolling poison spouts, fire spouts, savage hosts, defenders, hunters, and then if you have other orcs that you can unlock these slots to put them in and further upgrade your bastion's defense level, then you can have other awesome cool upgrades like fiery siege beasts, poisonous, and cursed weapons for siege beasts. And there's mounts like war caragors, hellfire. So the guards are then guarded by aged drakes whose breath incinerates attackers. I know these an unconventional choice for a fortress with wooden walls. Well, that's why I've actually upgraded my bastion fortress with steel walls or metal walls. So my walls are not going to be burned. Oh yeah, this is where I can like upgrade my walls further to like having spiked walls, fire archers, far-sighted archers. Oh yeah, you can also place down poison mines in front of your gate, or go with fire mines instead and have them actually explode rather than immolate. This game is awesome. It's so much fun. It's been like almost a week, or at least a week of me trying to get through the main story for Shadow of War, and I'm only just 55% of the way through the main story. So I will be back with more next time, guys. I think I will be throwing this up onto my YouTube and let you guys have some fun in the comments and watch the way that I get through Shadow of War. Until next time, guys. Spicy, everyone.